sure when you're going to be watching this, but we're in the middle of the East Coast heat wave. And I remember, it seems like yesterday, making a video going, it's the winter chill and there's all this ice and snow and even Florida's cold. Yeah, how times change. I am working on a recipe today that would be like a tomato au gratin or something like that. But it's a recipe that somebody else modified that someone gave me so that I could modify it even more. So it doesn't resemble the original recipe at all. My ingredients are fresh tomatoes, whichever ones look good to you when you're at the store. A little less than a pound is what I have today. And I'm using panko breadcrumbs. I didn't buy Progresso because I wanted to. It was the only panko variety at the store that day. I have a 1/4 cup of the breadcrumbs. I'm using some minced garlic. This is actually chopped, so I cut it up a little bit more. And I've got less than a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Freshly grated would be awesome. I have salt, pepper, and basil. So the first thing the original recipe called for was to brown bread in oil to make your own croutons. I'm not going to do that. I will gently heat my panko breadcrumbs in this, well, I won't simmer fry because I'm not going to add water, but I'll spray the pan. Actually, I'm going to wait on that. I'll spray the pan and then toss them gently right before I put the tomato mixture in there. And the recipe says to put your tomatoes in a big bowl and then add the spices. But looking at the tomatoes spread out evenly on my board here, it seems to me to make more sense. I can, spread my basil out on them here better. I mean, I'll mix them in the bowl, but I'm getting the spices on this way. And salt and pepper, but I'll put the garlic in when I mix in the bowl. And it also calls for a little bit of sugar, so I'm going to use not even 1/8 of a cup of Splenda. And after you cook this mixture a little bit, then you pour it all into a baking pan and put the Parmesan cheese on top and bake it for a few minutes. Actually, I don't remember how many minutes, but I'll tell you as soon as I get that figured out. So, okay, tomatoes in the bowl, along with this garlic over here on the cutting board. Stir that up with a wooden spoon is good. If you think you need more spices, now would be the time to add them, and I'm debating if I need more basil. I think a little more won't hurt. Spray the pan. I don't want these to burn, they're very delicate. So just basically I'm toasting them a little. I like to do quinoa sometimes before you cook your quinoa. Now I'll pour this in here. And this is supposed to happen for about 5 minutes. I think I'll add some water. I'm adding a 1/4 cup. Yay! I like the sizzle sound. Okay, it's supposed to cook and be a little bit bubbly. I need more water, in my opinion. Now, though I'm not sticking with this recipe, it won't hurt to see how long this person baked it. Oh, 35 minutes. Okay. Mine is smaller than hers, but I'll bake it for 30. See how I just wing everything? So, this will be for 5 minutes. Let me go ahead and actually do it for 5 minutes. Then I'm going to pour it in the pan that I've also sprayed with this olive oil type spray. And if you have one of those misto things, that's awesome. This pan's bigger than this burner, so let me adjust there. So after my 5 minutes, I'll pour this into the baking dish, put the Parmesan cheese concerned that my panko breadcrumbs weren't going to be right, but looking at them here, they've definitely fluffed up, so now it appears double. And when it's ready, I'll pour it in here, Parmesan, bake, and the whole dish, the way I made it, has about 265 calories, so you can divide that under, 2 or 3 servings, and it'll be good. Maybe you can serve it with a nice green vegetable salad or something. I think I used more breadcrumbs than I needed because I wasn't sure how that was going to pan out. So, okay, I'll show you the finished product after I bake it. I haven't baked it. I forgot the sugar. So this is when you put a little bit of sugar in. For me, Splenda. Stir that in. Now let it finish out its 5 minutes, and then I will bake it. Hi. I don't know if you can tell, but while I was waiting for this to bake and I looked out the window, it was pouring down rain and my windows were open. So I had to run out and shut my windows. But I'm back now, and the tomato dish is done. It looks wonderful, smells fantastic. I would absolutely use the panko breadcrumbs again instead of croutons or bread. Worked perfect. I used less Parmesan cheese than I had set out because I didn't need as much. So it looks great. I baked it for about 25-30 minutes, and I'm going to bring the camera over so you can take a look. So it's around a 200-250 calorie casserole. I guess it's actually called scalloped. Scalloped tomatoes, not tomatoes au gratin. Whatever. It looks yummy. Go baked tomatoes and Parmesan cheese and panko breadcrumbs. Very easy to make as well.